gotta get my ears checked. I could swear you just told me that you kissed David Hayward back. Babe, what the hell are you saying to me?
Honey, I love you. You know that.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, are you just saying this to me because you don't want me to go over to the hospital and put him in it?
No, I'm not just saying that.
What?
It just happened so fast, Dad. I can't explain it, okay? He walked in here.
Wait a minute, he walked in here. This just happened, right? So you were dressed like that?
I thought it was you. I heard a noise, and I came out to see what it was, and David was standing in the living room.
So he broke in?
No, he didn't break in. I think you must have left the door open when you went to see Liza, okay?
What, and that's an invitation? Is the man stalking you? What the hell?
No.
What's wrong with him? Look, I told him to his face, okay? I told him in no uncertain terms to stay the hell away from you. Now, obviously, he took that as some kind of dare. Baby, I'm not going to do anything stupid, I promise you, okay? Just tell me the truth. He forced you, didn't he?
No, he didn't force me, God, Dad. Let him. Just listen to me, okay? I'm not lying, and I'm not saying this to protect David. He just kissed me, and I responded.
To what?
It was nothing, okay? I never should have let it happen. I should have stopped him before he even came near me, but it was just a kiss, okay? That's all it was.
That's all? That's all? Who are you? And what exactly has been going on behind my back?
Nothing, I swear.
There's nothing, sweetheart. This is something. Trust me. I mean, I would die for you. I'd do anything for you. This is how easily you turn away from everything we have, from everything we worked for?
Oh, Dad, no.
Well, I don't understand. How could you do it?
Why would Dixie be attracted to a man who provoked a brawl with her beloved husband and brother-in-law? Sometimes I wonder what you're using for a brain.
I can handle those Martins.
Did you manage it?
Adam, can you clear your schedule for tomorrow?
I can do whatever I want.
Good. Because I have you booked on the Fidelity, the most beautiful yacht on the Atlantic coast.
You did arrange it.
You and Liza will have every luxury. Prepare to regain what you used to have.
You can deliver that, too.
IncredibleDreams.com can give you everything you need to make your desires a reality, Adam.
Yeah, I'm expecting an important call.
Yeah, sure. Can I turn on TV and check out what the market's doing today?
It's election day. The market's not doing a damn thing. Help yourself. Yeah, Barry. Listen, I want you to have someone guard Haley for me. Will you just shut up and I'll tell you. I wanted you to keep Arlene away from her. I don't care how. Just if Arlene shows up, send Arlene to me. No, you don't want to know.
You may remember our interview earlier today with newsmaker Dr. Jake Martin. He's back in the headlines after his daring rescue of refugee children in Chechnya last summer, this time for delivering a baby in an abandoned cabin in the woods of Pine Valley.
Oh, perfect.
Well, fortunately, it wasn't a complicated birth, so there was never any real danger to the mother or the infant. But I have to tell you, it would not have gone so smoothly without my wife's help. She was incredible and a huge support to the mother all throughout the birth.
I understand this emergency has prompted you to start a new program to help teenage mothers?
Yes, it certainly has. This young woman...
Oh, Ryan. What's the use of getting angry when you can get even?
Look, I know that this is so shameful, and I don't mean to minimize it. I don't, but it was just one moment, okay? One mistake. I didn't get carried away. I stopped it. I swear, I just wasn't able to prevent the very thing that I didn't want. I don't know what I'm saying.
Makes two of us.
Could you just please know that all I want to do is just to forget this? And I just want you to forget it, too.
Whoa, hang on just a second. You want me to forget that you just finished kissing another man while you were dressed like that? No, wait a minute. It's better than that. That's better than that even, okay? You want me to just forget the fact that you finished making out with David Hayward while you were dressed like that in our home? Okay, fine. Piece of cake, Dixie. Tell me how I'm supposed to do that. You want me to just fix a couple martinis? We can turn on Peter Jennings? We can act normal, like nothing's going on. Like
Stop.
anything could feel normal right now.
Stop, okay? I know you're hurt. I know that you're upset, and you have every right to be, and I wish that I could all make it go away right now, but I can't. But please, while you're thinking about this, don't turn this into some sort of defining moment of our marriage, for God's sake.
This is payback for my defining moment with Liza. It's a rational question, trust me. Because the look on your face is probably exactly the look I had on my face when I asked you to forget that I slept with her.
It's not the same. It is not the same, and you know it. You had an affair with her. We lost each other because of it. This is nothing. And please don't think that I mean by nothing that I mean that it's not important, because of course it's important. I mean that it's nothing, because nothing is going to come of it, okay? I swear to you. And I swear to you, it is not payback for that moment that you had with Liza either.
What would you think if it were me?
I don't know, Dad, what I think if it were you. It just happened.
No, it didn't. It didn't just happen. Nothing like this ever just happens, Dixie. It's been coming for a long time. I told you it was coming. Remember? I begged you for months not to work for that snake, okay? And you wouldn't hear of it. So is this why? Answer the question. Just tell me the truth. Are you attracted to David Hayward, and you wanted to work for him because you thought that was the only way you could be near him?
I don't have to get even with anybody, Adam. Jake wants to make his mark in Pine Valley. I would like to own it. Different agendas.
No, you can't own it. I do.
True. Well, maybe I can be the Adam Chandler of the new millennium.
I'm not ready to retire just yet. And I don't think you're just quite ready to fill my imported Italian loafers, if you get my drift.
Yes, I do. How about you teach me?
Teach you to take over my territory?
Teach me how to be exactly like you.
I'd think long and hard before I committed to that one, buddy.
I have.
All right. For starters, I'm smart. And I had a compulsion.
And what was that?
To beat Pete Cooney at any cost.
Pete Cooney?
Palmer Cortland.
Really?
You did, really. I would have died if I couldn't have beat him. He was the gas in my engine for years. Still is on certain days. Keeps me fresh. You have that same chemistry, you know, with Jake Martin.
Like I said, Adam, I don't really need to beat Jake at anything. He's a doctor.
You're an idiot.
Excuse me?
Don't be an ass, Lavery. You're never going to get anywhere in this world unless you crush Jake Martin first.
I want to forget. I really do. Unfortunately, I got this image burning a hole through the middle of my brain. Of that skunk, David Hayward, standing in the middle of my living room, where I play with my kids. A house I call my home, where I live with a woman I call my wife, who is standing in the middle of a living room, kissing another man. I would stop it if I could, honey, but I'm sorry. It's on a continuous loop. Maybe I'm a masochist. I don't know. I just feel like such a jerk. I mean, it's not like I didn't see this thing coming, you know? I told you over and over again. He's been staring at you like you were some kind of snack for weeks. The real kicker is I thought we were doing great. I never once worried about you on any of it. You know, I trusted you.
Well, you can trust me, Ted. Always, you can trust me.
Is there something I'm not giving you that you want? You could tell me. I mean, is there some need that I'm not fulfilling?
No, you're everything that I want. Please don't go go down that road. You're everything that I need. I love only you. Please, please believe that. Honey, I don't know what I would do without you. Don't you know that? Don't you know me?
Adam, crushing people really doesn't appeal to me.
Well, you better make an exception in Jake Martin's case. The drive to succeed has to come from your greatest passion. And I've watched you for a long time. I think your greatest passion is obviously Jillian.
I really don't want to talk about Jillian.
Well, you stay on that path and you'll never succeed. The power behind your feelings for Jillian are what are going to make you a winner.
How?
How? You wanted to kill Jake Martin. You just saw him in that little human interest story a while ago, didn't you? The local hero, didn't you? Well, unfortunately, killing him won't access your power. But blowing him out of the water will.
What are you talking about here, Adam?
I'm talking about Jake Martin has the notoriety, and he has the girl. Is that the rep you want next to your name out there? Loser!
I am not going to lose to Jake Martin or anybody else. You got that, Adam?
You are everything in the world to me. And if we're in trouble, if we're having some kind of trouble, if you're having some kind of trouble with us, honey, you got to tell me now.
There's no trouble. You and the kids, you're all I need. That's why I told you about David, okay? And how weird it all was, because I didn't want there to be this secret. That's why I told you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's just one disgusting kiss, that's all. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm sure it'll never happen again, and, you know, there's nothing else I need to worry about, is there? Dixie?
One other time, there was one other kiss. Tat?
Stuart, I didn't do anything to Ryan Lavery. He's just trying to decide whether he's ready to go out and conquer the world, just as I did at his age. Oh, Adam. But I hope that's not true.
I didn't come here to wreck your marriage. I meant what I said before. I'd die before I hurt you.
I told him, Dixie. I told him right to his face in no uncertain terms to stay the hell away from you.
God, that's gonna kill him.
Sorry I don't have an appointment. I was hoping you could squeeze me in. It's just one disgusting kiss, that's all. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm sure it'll never happen again, and, you know, there's nothing else I need to worry about, is there? Dixie?
One other time, there was one other kiss.
I tried calling, but Tad has turned off his cell phone, and we're in the middle of a sensitive contract negotiation.
I'm sorry, Tad isn't here right now, and I have to go out.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just in a little bit of a hurry, so if you don't know...
Are you going to go out dressed like that? Is this a family emergency?
Yes. I have to stop Tad before he kills David, okay?
David? Why? Did David do something to Tad?
No, he didn't. It's nothing. Would you please get out of my way?
Did David do something to you?
What can I do for you, Tad? Did you hear the good word? I dropped the assault charge, and I apologized for what I did in the fight. I guess I owe you an apology as well.
Yeah? You do something you feel sorry for?
I was way out of line, making light of your brother's medical condition.
So that's how it goes? You terrorize somebody I love, humiliate them, and then say I'm sorry. And everything's supposed to be cool.
Something tells me that this isn't about Jake.
No, it's not. It's about my wife.
Look, I don't have time to discuss this with you. Would you get out of my way?
Dixie?
Nothing. Would you get out of my way? Do you mind?
Did David come on to you?
What's the matter with you? Are you crazy?
Listen, Dixie, married women are David's weakness. Or should I say his passion? I mean, how bad is it? What did he force himself on you?
No, it wasn't like that. No one forced anyone.
Was it consensual? Dixie, please tell me that you're too smart, you're too classy to get involved with a louse like David Hayward.
Okay, he kissed me, all right? Do you mind? He kissed me.
And you kissed him back?
But you said it's fine, okay? You've got your story. Do you mind if I go now? I have to stop Tad from killing David.
No. You're not going anywhere near Tad.
Dixie quit. She no longer works for me, as you well know. So what is there to talk about?
You know, I remember the exact moment she told me about this job. Where we were. We were dancing at a wedding. She told me about your offer. Even then, I was dead set against it, but she'd already accepted, so that was that. It's one thing about my wife. She's committed. When she signs on for something, there's no turning back. Actually, that's one of the things I love most about her.
Yes, Dixie is extremely dedicated. In fact, she was a key factor in Dimitri Merrick's recovery. It was her refusal to let him give up, which really helped him save his life.
Yeah, and it's petty stuff, this life-saving business, isn't it? The fact is, I underestimated my wife's contribution. I thought as your assistant, all she would be doing is answering phones and scheduling appointments. I've listened to you two speak. She was the heartbeat of the operation. I mean, you might even say she kept things up and humming.
You might.
So how are you going to get along without her?
You know, it's going to be very difficult for a few weeks, but I guess we're just going to have to make
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about somebody that's going to decipher your chicken scratch or just, futz around with your appointment book. Now, I'm talking about all the stuff that's not on the job description. Where do you think you're going to find somebody who's patient enough to listen to you whine at the end of a long day over snifters of cognac? Where do you think you're going to find a shoulder that beautiful to cry on? Because we both know you never hired my wife as an assistant. You didn't need her as an assistant. You did it because you wanted her. And you still do.
Is this your imagination talking, Tad? Or do you have something to back it up?
There's nothing wrong with my imagination. But there is something desperately wrong with you. Dixie told me everything.
Who made you Tad's bodyguard?
Oh, please. If you go and you get in the middle of Tad and David, what's going to happen? Tad's going to have to show his muscles to prove he's a man, and then what? Is that what you want? Another brawl? I know Tad longer than you do. And you are the only woman that he has ever loved. You are the only woman that he's ever wanted. And he's paid dearly for it. He has crawled and repented and reinvented himself to hang on to you because you are his life. And now you sold him down the river for the price of a kiss with the idiot David Hayward?
Excuse me, I did not sell him down the river. It was a kiss. It was a moment out of time. It didn't mean anything.
It's amazing.
What?
Tad has always had you on a pedestal because he's the screw-up. And you are, well, perfect.
Oh, you know, shut
You
up.
called me for many years a homewrecker and a whore. And now you're making decisions from the wrong side of the street.
Excuse me, please. I didn't sleep with David. I happen to love my husband.
I know you do. But you wanted David. And I think you still do.
Who are you calling?
I think it's in both of our best interests that I call security. I don't want to re-injure my hand, and it looks like I'm going to have to defend myself.
Don't worry, Doc. Guess I'm not going to beat the hell out of you. That wouldn't do any good, would it? And that would only be in your interest. So many people feel sorry for you. Your wounds would heal, and then you'd be right back in business again. David Hayward, world-famous cardiologist, yada, 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 right? And then you'd be free to just pick up where you left off, tearing up everybody's lives. Leave them all bloody and scarred. That's until now. You set up the wrong man's wife. And when I'm through with you, I'm going to make good and sure that the only person who's scarred for life is you.
He's got you in his sights.
I think I can handle David.
You know what, to hell with him. Why don't you worry about your husband and this mess that the two of you have to clean up?
I don't need advice from you. I can handle my own marriage. Why don't you just go play house with Adam?
Well, my advice is all you've got right now. And you know what? When Tad isn't home, when he's gone, sometimes he dives into this little lonely place where Ray Gardner lives. And when he does that, he goes hunting for trouble and ways to prove that he's not worthy of being loved. I think you need to show him that you love him, that you haven't abandoned him, and that you will always be here waiting for him.
So you're the big expert on Ted now, huh? Oh, you know how he handles pain, how he handles rejection. Oh, we all know why you're the expert. Because ever since you got back to Pine Valley, you've been just using all your expertise to get my husband back into bed.
You're right. But he never loved me. He loves you. Only you. Always will. And I think when he comes home, you should be the woman that he knows you to be. The woman that he loves. Beyond all reason. Otherwise, you're going to need a lot more than my pitiful advice.
There's a law against threatening people.
Yeah, I know. There's also a law against sexual harassment. Bunch of them. By my reckoning, you've broken every single one of them. And not just with my wife.
I wouldn't pay too much attention to the hospital grapevine if I were you.
No. My sources are excellent. Including the pretty young thing you had on this desk just the other night. You remember, don't you, Doctor, the one you threatened with dismissal if she didn't keep her mouth shut? Matter of fact, we might impound the desk for evidence.
There isn't one person in this hospital that wants to stay working in this hospital that would ever testify against me.
Are you kidding? They're practically lining up, waiting to sign sworn statements. That's the thing about you, David. You're a real hit with the ladies, but somehow you always sleep them hating your guts.
Well, I guess it's just going to be my word against theirs then, huh?
Yeah, it will be. And who do you think a jury's going to believe? An arrogant surgeon with a god complex or an entire parade full of women saying exactly the same thing? That you use your position at this hospital to intimidate women into sexually compromising positions.
Nah, no. It'll never hold up in court.
Maybe not.
You gotta know that.
I got an entire office full of lawyers willing to give it their best shot. And here's the best part of it. Even if it doesn't work, okay? Even if you manage to squirm your way through some greasy little legal loophole, your golden reputation, the thing you care most about in the entire world, is going to be trashed. And then your contract at this hospital is going to be terminated, and there won't be a reputable hospital anywhere in the country that could afford to take you on as staff. So you see, your career as a selfish, self-serving son of a bitch is about to come to an end.
You go right ahead, Tad. You hire your lawyers, line up your witnesses, because in the end, My lawyer's going to call Dixie to the stand, and she's going to tell the truth. She was no victim. You know, it was clear from our first kiss that she desired me as much as I desired hers.
Good one. That's good. I'll see you in court. Good luck.
Tad, we keep running into each other. Maybe it's fate.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's bad timing.
Who's spitting his cornflakes?
Oh, Tad is having marital problems, and he blames me.
Tad and Dixie are splitting up?
Not yet, but trust me, it's just a matter of time.
Tad and Dixie Martin are headed for Splitsville. How reliable is your information?
Very. You see, in the old days of divorce court, I would be named as co-respondent.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who did what to whom?
Dixie used to be employed here, but she has recently resigned.
Grounds?
Well, let's just say that Tad made her quit because Dixie had a thing for me. And now Tad is threatening me with charges of sexual harassment.
And you're as pure as the driven snow.
I may need your services.
Well, you may have to find yourself another counselor.
Why?
Conflict of interest. Mine.
Meaning you're interested in Tad?
Oh, isn't that obvious?
Painfully.
I like Tad. I like the reputation that precedes him.
Have you ever heard of Tad the Cat?
Yeah, my sister dated Tad when he was in high school. And she always came home with a smile on her face.
And you fell for him by proxy.
Guilty with an excuse. You see, Tad has something that women find irresistible.
I'm going to suppress my gag reflex and ask what that might be.
He doesn't need us. Not in the primal way that he needs Dixie. That is a challenge that I don't want to walk away from.
So you'll think about it.
More than I should. Goodbye, David.
Goodbye, Leslie. One dose, and Tad the Cat will be back with a vengeance. You see, Tad, you're not going to charge me with sexual harassment because you're going to be too busy having sex with my attorney, Leslie Colson.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about everything.
I can't do this now. I can't make you feel better.
Sweetie, listen, you know, when you're ready, I'm going to be here. I'm always going to be here because I love you. I love you so much.
Podium should be moved right here in the middle with the IncredibleDreams.com logo right behind it.
Yes, sir, Mr. Lavery. I'll have the podium moved before the press arrive. Anything else?
Okay, good. No, everything else looks great. Why don't we set up some coffee back here?
Goodness, Liza, what a wonderful surprise.
Hello, Adam.
I'm always amazed at how beautiful you are.
Thank you. You're in wonderful spirits this morning. Does this mean that you have your divorce from Arlene?
No, I haven't seen Arlene yet.
Well, then we have nothing to talk about.
Oh, come on, of course we do. Don't you care how I am?
Adam, you're the same, and I don't believe that this meeting is anything but accidental. I don't think so. Are you checking my schedule?
No, absolutely not. Ryan Lavery is having a press conference. IncredibleDream.com is funding a gala fundraiser for pregnant teenagers.
And you're here because?
Because on Ryan's request. I've been helping him with some business advice.
You're Ryan Lavery's mentor.
Well, yeah, sort of. It helps occupy my time, and believe it or not, I'm finding it rather refreshing. Which reminds me, I've been giving some thought to coming back to Chandler Enterprises.
I already have a partner. And the board is quite clear on their position. They don't want you back. Neither does Tad. And neither do I.
The board will come to their senses eventually.
You know, the board needs some hard evidence that you put the company's interests before your own. Why don't you work as a consultant?
You're joking.
Not at all.
Liza. Hello. I'm glad you could come. Adam, you too.
I had no idea when you invited me here this afternoon I'd be walking into a press conference. Does this have anything to do with Chandler Enterprises or WRCW?
Not directly, but you can decide that later. I have something for you. Liza, please do me the honor of your presence at IncredibleDreams.com's fundraiser next week.
Come aboard and help everyone's dreams come true. This is Jake's program for pregnant teens.
Yeah. So, will you come?
Yeah, I'll be there. I see you've rented a yacht for the occasion. Did this have anything to do with the conversation that you and I had about my romantic past?
No, Liza, absolutely not. It's a fundraiser.
Really? And Adam's sudden role as mentor played no part in our conversation or in this incredible fundraising extravaganza?
It's pure coincidence.
You're not fooling me, either one of you. I will be there because this is a worthwhile cause, but it's not going to make a difference if it's a moonlit, starry night or I have a troop of mermaids singing in my ear. The only thing I'm giving away is a check. You got that?
Thanks a lot. You have any mermaids?
Adam, I got her to come, and I will make sure that her champagne glass is never empty, but once she's on the yacht, the rest is up to you. Oh, excuse me. Showtime. Hey, look. All right, can I have everybody's attention, please? Thank you all for coming at such short notice.
What's this all about, Ryan?
Are there problems with your company?
Problems? No. Oh, no. IncredibleDreams.com is stronger than...
Keep reeling them in.
Hello, David. Why are you lurking about?
I was hardly lurking about, Liza. I was simply looking for a table where I wouldn't be distracted.
You should try BJ's. Although it would be harder to spy on Tad from there.
That's ridiculous. Why would I do that?
Good question. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but can I see you for a moment?
You're not interrupting anything. What's up?
It's private. Business matter?
Yeah. Excuse me. Please tell me there's nothing wrong with a Gunderson deal. For God's sake, we should be making music and money by now.
I want you to take the rest of the day off.
What?
I want you to take a day off. Reconnect with your wife.
Reconnect with my wife? Who are you, my marriage counselor? Why are you suddenly so concerned about me and Dixie?
This is not sudden. You have a job that's very consuming. You have a family.
Yeah, well, so do you. Why aren't you at home smelling the roses?
Because I don't have anybody at home to love the way that you do. All right? I think you should be with your wife and not here with Leslie Colson fawning all over you.
She's not fawning all over me. She's trying to talk me out of a lawsuit.
Go home. Go home now.
Just out of curiosity, have you spoken to Dixie lately?
No. I don't know. Maybe. You know, if it's not on my message pad, I really...
For God's sake, you're like a cat on a wet kitchen floor. It's me. When did you talk to her?
I talked to her last night. She was leaving your house very upset. She had her coat on over a teddy, and I forced her to tell me what was going on about David.
She told you?
That's hardly the issue.
It doesn't matter anyway. Probably would have told you myself sooner or later.
Listen, you two matter to each other. She matters more than anything to you. Do not let an idiot like David Hayward ruin it for you.
Someone once said that by helping mothers, you help the world. Well, these girls are young, teenage mothers, and they need our help. which is why IncredibleDreams.com has got behind this new program at the Pine Valley Hospital. A $5,000 donation not only buys you a table on the yacht, but it also helps these pregnant teens keep and fulfill their dreams. Now, the first person to buy 10 tables gets exclusive use of a stateroom filled with roses and stocked with champagne.
I'll take 10.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chandler, for your generous donation, and may all your dreams come true.
Smooth, but it's not going to work.
It's for a good cause.
Ladies and gentlemen, the founder of the organization, Dr. Jake Martin. Jake, why don't you field some questions while you're here?
Dr. Martin, do you have any long-term goals for this program?
Well, because Leela didn't have insurance, she didn't think she could get decent prenatal care. So she had no choice but to give birth in an abandoned cabin. And it was only luck that my wife and I were able to get to her inside.
Is it true she named her son after you, Dr. Martin?
Yes, that's true.
How did that make you feel?
Honored and touched.
And you, Mrs. Martin?
I thought it was a beautiful and fitting tribute, and Jake really calmed down all her fears and mine. I've never delivered a baby before.
Well, now that you have, any little Jakes on the horizon for the two of you?
Next question about the event, please.
Well, you three are becoming quite the regulars on the press circuit these days. I mean, is it awkward for you at all to be thrown together constantly? I mean, after all, Mrs. Martin, you used to be Mrs. Laboy.
No, not at all. Question about the event, please.
Dr. Martin, you don't mind your wife's ex-husband helping you out. First rescuing you in Chechnya, now raising money for your organization?
I don't see how these questions are relevant.
You know, I appreciate everything that Ryan's done. He's been very generous with his time and his money, and they've been used for good causes. Thank you all for your interest, and make sure your readers know where to send contributions.
That concludes our press conference. Thank you very much for coming. There's coffee set up next door. Thank you.
Right this way, please.
I need a minute with you right now.
I think the new frame helps a lot, don't you?
No, Stuart, I don't. It's a beautiful painting, and you're a brilliant artist, but every time I look at it, all I feel is rage. It's just a constant reminder of the worst time of my entire life, and it's a time I never had to go through because you were alive and well.
Just try not to think of it that way. Everything turned out all right. Judd and Esther are together, and I'm here. We're together. Couldn't you just let go of some of that other stuff?
Stuart, I can't hold this back any longer. If Esther crawled into this room right now on her hands and knees, begging forgiveness and apologizing profusely, I would string her up by her feet so fast she wouldn't even know what hit her. Because that woman is a lying, cheating, pathetic son of a...
Talking about my, mother?
Oh, hi, Amy.
Sorry, I just couldn't resist.
How are you?
How are you? I was on my way to the Valley Inn to meet Mateo, and I just had to stop by and see two of my favorite people. Wow, what a beautiful painting.
Yeah. I did that while I was away, you know. I painted Marion's picture, even though I couldn't remember who she was.
You're kidding.
No, and I just love it. Makes me happy. Makes Marion kind of angry because, well, it reminds her of the time that she was here alone without me because she didn't know where I was, because, well, I didn't know who she was, because I didn't know who I was.
Can I put in my 2 cents?
Sure.
Well, I love the painting. But if you're going to blame someone, blame my mother. She's the reason for all of this. I mean, she ran you down and caused you to lose your memory.
Haley, we heard what your mother did on your TV show the other day. I mean, she sounds like she's out of control.
I'm so sorry. It must have been very sad.
Well, it was, it's just another hit and run. And she was drunk. Again, excuse me. Can I help you? No, really.
Yes, I was looking for something.
Oh, can it, Kojak? You must have missed the surveillance lecture. I used to be a PI myself. I know when I'm being tailed. And badly.
You're wrong.
Yeah, I don't think so. Don't worry. My overprotective husband must have hired him.
Mateo thinks you need protection? From what?
My mother. Who else?
Mateo thinks you need protection from your mother?
Stuart, Arlene has been hurting Haley for years.
Well, but she hasn't gotten physical, has she?
Well, no, not with me. And Mateo wasn't so lucky.
Arlene hit Mateo?
Not exactly.
Oh, my God. She made a pass at him?
No, she tried to. I was right there in the studio. I couldn't have been more than 20 yards away. There's nothing worse than a falling down drunk who thinks she's irresistible.
Oh, please, don't talk about her like that.
Stuart, her mother made a pass at her husband.
Well, I know, and that's not good. But, well, I don't think she would have done it if she hadn't been drinking. Would she? Okay. Arlene is the saddest person I've ever met in my life. She's all she wants is to be loved. Isn't that what everybody wants?
Stuart, sometimes you just go too far, okay?
It's okay, Marion. Uncle Stuart's heart's in the right place.
I just hate to see you so angry at your mom.
Stuart!
I know she deserves it a lot of the time.
Uncle Stuart, listen to me. It's never going to change for us. Really. I know you want it to, but it won't. It won't change for me or for her.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe not, but I just think it would be better, you would be happier all around if you weren't so mad at your mother all the time.
Well, I'll try. I'll talk to you then, okay?
Okay. Talk to me.
Thank you.
Goodbye, darling.
Bye, honey.
Say hi to Mateo.
I will. Bye.
Bye-bye. Love you. You okay?
Stuart, you are the kindest, sweetest man in the entire world. But sometimes you make me so angry, I could just explode. The point is, I am furious with Arlene and Esther, and I cannot forgive them. But apparently you can, and that makes me feel like a terrible human being, okay?
No.
Jeez, I've got to get out of here. I got to get some air.
Wait.
No, I don't want to wait. I'm just going to go right off into orbit if I wait another minute.
Well, let me go with you.
No, please, I need to be alone, okay?
I love you. Arlene.
Stuart, I need your help. I have no place else to go. Stuart, I did something awful. I wasn't myself.
I know. I heard. Haley's very upset. She was just here.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I need your help. See, I did something... Well, I didn't mean to embarrass her or wreck her show or kiss Mateo or... But you told her that, didn't you? I know you. You'd say that even though you don't know me that well.
That doesn't matter what I said to her. Haley is very upset. She doesn't have room for any more tries.
Oh, but couldn't you talk to her again, please, for me? Couldn't you?
No, I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm afraid... Arlene, I think you have to leave Haley alone.
What do you mean, forever?
Well, I don't know. But you can't stay here and fix this just by begging. Start giving instead of asking. I think it's time for you to start over someplace else.
Where on earth am I going to go? I don't have bus fare even to get to Pittsburgh.
I wish I knew. I wish I could help you, but I can't.
Please, Stuart. Stuart, you're all I have. I need your help. You're the only one that knows that I'm not bad, that I have a heart, and I do. I do. Oh, God, please, I'm begging you.
Take your hands off my husband, you miserable witch.
I was just trying to ask
Taking advantage of Stuart's good nature.
Mary, it's okay.
No, it's definitely not okay, Stuart. This woman tried to kill you. Now get out of here, Arlene, right now. Now!
Arlene, I think you better go. Maybe, why don't you take this with you? It's not much, but it might help you when you leave town. Okay?
One more thing, Arlene. Please don't come back. Because if you do, you won't be able to walk out of that door. Am I making myself clear?
Yes. It's okay, Arlene. You've come this far without any help. I'll do what I've always done. I'll help myself.
Honey, just 1 second, one word before you go. I just want, when you, I don't know if you can do this, but when you finally land somewhere, when you get settled, well, would you give me a call?
Why?
Well, I mean, if you're going to be out there on your own, I mean, really on your own, I just don't want you to feel like you're completely alone. Because no one should ever feel that way. Okay?
Okay.